Okay, so I want to start here. There seems to be some unexplained and very strange earthquakes that have been occurring, and a couple people believe that this might be the reason. Well, I found some very interesting information that may prove it pretty accurately. Okay, first let's go to back in July. There was an evacuation authorized at Navy's China Lake following a second quake. Alright, and so the evacuation of non-mission essential active duty military, reservist, civilian employees, and authorized dependents from Naval Air Weapons Station, China Lake, California, was authorized by Navy Region Southwest, following a 5.0 magnitude earthquake and then a 7.1. Well, this is in China Lake. But this is very odd. So you turn off the date thing, and usually people think that you're looking at the most updated picture, but it's not always that. So you can see down here it says this was taken July 1st, 2017. So let's hit the time date slider up here. And so this one says July 13th, 2019. Okay. It's very weird to get it. Okay. This is July 12th, 2019. They rarely, pretty much never, do back-to-back dates of a high-definition, satellite image of an area, unless they are looking for something. And we have seen that in Antarctica, and I find this very interesting because look at the lake on July 12th. There was a 7.1 on July 11th, I believe it was. There was a few before that. There was one July 5th and a few others in California. But then you go, see this says July 12th, 2019, and then we have July 13th. It looks completely different. What would make this look completely different? Well, I believe that it has something to do with some frequencies or some type of energy that this is creating. And this shape right here is called a lingam. And it is a Hindu Shiva symbol. Let me see. I'm sure most of you have seen this. This is Shiva, and it's out in front of CERN, which everybody finds very strange, because it is pretty strange to have a Hindu god in front of CERN. Well, Shiva is the god of what they call like destruction, but also good things. So it's like you can have great things, but then it also can cause destruction. I guess if you use it wrong is the way I'm understanding it. If you use the power wrong, it causes destruction. And so am I saying that they did this on purpose? No, I'm not. Did they? Maybe. But I'm not saying they did. I'm saying that just like we have nuclear incidences, I believe that's what occurred. I believe they probably did something and it caused too much energy. But I'm going to show y'all more. Okay, let's get into this. So the symbolism is, okay, nature's response. Thus, we must take into account that the symbols that certain organizations use, okay, that's too much. But essentially, it's just destruction, but it's used in a positive manner. But again, if you use the power in the wrong way, then it causes destruction. See, they worship the Shiva god. Ugh, crap, I had this in order. I don't know what happened. And these are the different types of lingams, but I want to show you this one. This one is a lingam. It's a different type of lingam. It is in this temple, shoot, oh my goodness, y'all, sorry. It's in this temple right here. But the odd thing about this one, which is called an Lingam, is something different. It creates a lot of heat. And you can tell that by, let me see, this guy did a video. You see how black this wall is? And he goes around and does videos. He's really good. Y'all should sub to him if you like ancient history and stuff like that. Pravin Mohan. But he goes to these, he's an actual historian. But anyway, he says the heat, you can just feel it radiating. And that's why the walls are black in there. And so I think he's also a scientist of some sort. And so he believes that the ancient Lingam, look at this. I want y'all to look at it before I tell you what it is. Can you see this? Let's see if it gets better a little bit. If you can't tell, this looks exactly like a Tesla coil. Let me see. Warden Cliff. I have it over here somewhere. Shoot. Okay, here we go. He compares them right here, and you can see the picture better. You can see right here how much it looks like a Tesla coil. It not only looks like a Tesla coil, but it has 13 wraps, and this Lingam has 13 wraps around it, you know, coils around it. And then it has like these thunderbolt things coming out. And he said, you know, all the temples he's been to, he's never seen anything like this, you know, depicted next to it. And he believes that it definitely used to be some type of energy producing, like a Tesla coil. You know, they may have had some type of wireless energy, which he even shows. Okay, this is Warden Cliff, for those who don't know about Tesla coil. Gracious. Okay, so right here, this is that temple. Well, they say it's a temple. The more I look at it, I'm not sure if it's a if it was a temple this whole time. So this has 13 levels, and on top of it, it has 13 of these coil, like these things. I don't even know what to call these. I guess like Tesla coils. You know, they have 13 also. And but there's 13 of these across the top of this temple. And so it seems that this may have been some sort of nuclear power plant of sorts. And they light it up each year for some ceremony, which are they saying, yep, this is what it was. You know, like, it's very interesting because when you look at it from the top, I can't really get a good angle from the top, but it looks like a, you know, modern nuclear plant or some type of plant. You know, like, it does not look like something that's thousands of years old. It just doesn't. It looks like it was some type of facility, not just a whole bunch of... See, that's the thing with our history. They tell us the most ridiculous things. Everything was a temple. Everything had to do with, you know, worshiping a god or burying a king. That just like the pyramids. They make it like these people were idiots, and that's all they did. All they did all day was just worry about who their gods and their kings were, when it's so obvious that they did so much more, and they just don't want us to know this. It's so obvious. People don't just build these things. It doesn't make sense, just like the pyramids. And this is another thing, how ridiculous. They also try to tell us everything's about men and women, you know, like, that's it. That's all people really could think about. This is a phallic symbol. It's absolutely not, and you can find that by some Hindu historians and things like that. It has nothing to do with being a phallus. Nothing. Nothing to do with that. You know, they say that this is the phallus and then this is the female. So ridiculous. Like, they really just think that these people built all of these things. There's thousands of them all over the world. But look at this. Look at the Shiva Lingam, and then, like, here's a picture of, like, the universe or whatever. Oh, but this I want to show y'all. Okay, not that. Everybody has seen the Large Hadron Collider, right? We've all seen what the LHC looks like. Well, check this out. Does this not look essentially just like it? This is at that temple, or near it or something. I think it, Inner and Outer Paths. But it looks just like it. And for CERN to have the Shiva outside of their Large Hadron Collider, for it to look like exactly like this, I mean, it's pretty uncanny. And then to have the Tesla coil having the 13 coils around it, and then that temple having 13 levels, 13 of those things across it, really seems like this was some type of energy producing something. And you know, we had that 7.1 earthquake in Southern California, July 5th, and then they had updated on July 12th, and then we have these pictures from one day apart. That never happens, y'all. Never happens. I mean, not never. It happens when things like this go on. It really does. So we've got the 13th, the 12th, and the 13th. See, and then every other time, it's pretty much a year apart. Sometimes they do it every 6 months, but usually it's an entire year apart from each other. So why did they take this picture back to back like that? Were they checking on, holy crap, was that it? That's what it seems like, because they didn't shoot this entire desert. All they shot was like just this little square. Let me see. 17. 2000. Okay, so it's like this is all they really shot. So they just had to send a satellite over and get a quick picture to say, what's going on over here? And it's like, you know, this looks like huge frequency wave, you know, like some type of frequency was disturbing this, and something went down. And then they were able to get it under control, and then the next day they had this. I mean, I don't know. Another crazy thing, oh, actually it's on here. Let's take a look at Mount Kailash, which many people believe is where Shiva is, or whatever, like Shiva created this. I don't know anything about their gods too much. I've just done some research on it, but it is quite interesting whenever you look at, shoot, did I delete it? I might have deleted it. Over here, I have a picture of it. Okay, so this is Mount Kailash. Look at this. This looks just like that lingam. It has the thing in the middle, and then the round thing around it. Let's see. See, this is it. And people also say it looks like the courtyard of the Vatican, which it essentially does. Can't argue that. See, the Vatican and then a Shiva lingam. It's very interesting. And it really just seems like there's something going on with that thing in Child Lake to be causing, purposely or accidentally, doing something and causing these earthquakes. Not only that, let's take a look. Let me see. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to search it. I don't know what happened. Oh, it shut down Mount Kailash. Show y'all something cool. I mean, interesting. I don't know how cool it is. But it's like they show us this in our faces. And the reason I was looking for this, actually, is I was doing the Stargate research. I was looking for some more, what the heck? That's crazy. I've never seen that happen before. I was looking at some more connections of these Stargates because I was looking at the earthquake thing, and all of these earthquakes are happening exactly around these portal Stargates that we've been showing. There's a couple of us. Okay, I'll try not to get off task here. Okay. Look at this. See this right here? Looks like a lingam, but you want to see what it really looks like? Bam! Tesla logo. Is that weird or what? You see that? There's something very interesting going on here, and I think we found something awesome. But there definitely seems to be some connections and some very strange goings on with the earthquakes. And what's interesting are these. One's supposed to be, one's saltwater, one's freshwater, and they mean something. But what I find interesting is how they look like, you know, science. Oh my gosh, you know, the mixing, I just lost my mind. Anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. Where you're mixing the chemicals in. And it's like they're trying to replicate these ancient technologies. Another thing about this Shiva, that this is just an idea. I have no idea. I think Shiva might have been some type of alien. I mean, just like a visitor to our planet. Because every time you see the Shiva person depicted, they're always coming out of what looks like a space shuttle or some type of spacecraft. Look, always in this round thing. Then we have this one. It looks like wearing a spacesuit with like the connections and everything. Like, what's going on here? What's going on here? I mean, was this an astronaut that taught them, you know, taught them things back then, like technology things? I don't know, but it is very interesting. Especially when you couple in the fact that in the FBI documents about Tesla, he's possibly from Venus. I've held out doing a video about that because it just really is strange to me, but it's in the actual documents. It's strange. But you see, they're always have the Shiva coming out of something. And so like the depiction that they have of it looking like a phallus, I don't think it's a phallus at all. I think it is absolutely, let's see, some type of spacecraft. Oh my gosh. Close these things out. Oh, gracious. Seriously? Did I close it? Who knows? I might have closed it. Anyway, so we've got these earthquakes. We've got the situation at China Lake. Them taking pictures one day apart, which is just very strange. I don't know, y'all. But these connections, oh, what I was looking for, I was doing some more connections, right? And strange thing, there has been these earthquakes near almost all of these places, these pentagon structures that we're finding. The most interesting to me was the one, this 6.4 in Vanuatu, because that is one of like the main, we haven't talked about that one, but it is an essential connection. So that's what got me on this little journey. Vanuatu. Let's see. Okay, I'll just do that in a different video. But I don't know. Tell me what y'all think. It definitely seems like that thing at China Lake is something they are testing to create something. Whether it's chaos, whether it's earthquakes, whether it's free energy. Funny, funny. I know, I'm funny. That's not what they're doing. That's what they should be doing. But, I don't know. Y'all let me know. Because it's very interesting. All right, y'all have a wonderful day. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye, guys.